Alright explorers, grab your headphones and mosquito spray. We're heading into the wild to compose some music that's so mysterious even the pine cones will be confused. Let's dive in. So Mysteries of Nature is the briefing description, which I'll put in the description underneath the video so you can read it in full. But if we look at the second paragraph, it's saying musically focus on ethereal pads, shimmering textures like percussion, soft woodwinds, stuff like that. And the example of TV shows are things like scenes from planet Earth, underwater exploration kind of things, or spooky forest investigations on ghost adventures. So you've got a good idea there. And very finally, it says music that feels immersive and full of quiet intrigue. So how do we go about creating that atmosphere? Let's just have a quick look at the structure that you can see on the screen at the moment. You can see actually there's only two parts to this with a little breakdown in the middle here. If you're trying to write to a brief that's 1 minute 30 to 2 minutes long and you're down at this 80 BPM, it's no good trying to fit in. Normally you'd try and do 3 acts that build, but if you're time limited, so under 2 minutes, it's perfectly sensible to have 2 acts, which is what I've done here. Let's go through the different parts and see what I've done, because actually it's relatively simple, but again, it's all about building layers. This piano part, for example, is really simple. G minor, and that's D minor, but with a G root note. Then we vary it slightly with a few extra notes. We've got a held note in the transition. And then in the second section, I've actually held the notes out longer. Now, this sound is from Omnisphere and it's just Distant Piano Dreams straight out the box. I haven't actually modified it because it is relatively new to me, having recently picked it up. But it gives an extra shimmer if you hold down some notes, which I really like. Now that's a C minor over E flat, and then to a D minor. So we've got a slight variation. The bass is walking down in the piano line, but as you'll see in a second, we actually have a G root all the way through, which is from both of these mosaic basses. Let's have a look at those now actually. The reason I've put these in this order is actually this is the order that I composed it in. So I came up with them from top to bottom like this. So actually, let's forget about the bass. Let's look at the second line. What did I come up with? Well, I went to Omnisphere again and I found mirror pools as a nice extra. I needed something else to bring in the second half of the repeated chord structure. So I went for this. Really stands out. And then how did I build that as we went along? Well, later on I use 2 notes outlining the top and the bottom of the chord. So if that was the G, I was doing G and D, I believe. Or you could do, if it's G minor, you could do B flat and D. So those are extra melody parts that build up and build on the piano that we've got before it. The bass is really simple. I've got mosaic bass here, and this one is Cold Wind Blow from the pads section, and this one, to have a bit of a change, is Cracked Foundations, again from the pad section. So they've got that element of airy breathiness in there. And then this one, we've got some nice subtle stereo shifting ever so slightly. I think they work really well. Then I thought, right, well, we need some sort of percussion type thing. So we definitely needed something to get into the piece. So we've got that. And then I literally went along, found some different sounds like this, which is quite harsh on its own, but when you've put it with the rest of the music, it does sound quite nice. So at the moment, we've got this. So this is what I was listening to at this moment when I was putting these in. Then I thought to myself, what else would I like to add? And I was thinking of organic instruments. So I went for Albion Neo, and we've found this strings A section, and I've put it on Sultasto setting. So it's a nice, soft, slowly evolving string patch, which starts off relatively quietly, and then we build up the octave as we go along. Once I'd done it the first time, I decided to repeat it identically for the second because we've got a slight change in the melody line there. So you can hear that's just building up a nice organic pad in the background. Along with that, I put in a recorder from Loegria. It's really nice and subtle. Again, it's an organic sound. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to do nature. When we came to the second part, I decided to change the recorder to a euphonium. So it's got a bit more bite, a bit more presence, but still that sort of organic sound. I really like that. And as I've said before, with brass and triumphant type instruments, doing those 1/5 jumps is really handy to use. Then we've got this storm pad from Arcis. It's actually called A Storm Is Coming, but it's got this really lovely set of textures you can hear. Later on we can make it even more pronounced by playing double notes. But they are tuned, so they are following the chord pattern. And finally, I just wanted to put some percussion in the second half, so it is actually distinctly different. I know the pianos have changed and we're doing a slightly different chord sequence, but without changing the root G that's held in the bass. But I put these chant bowls in as an extra percussion element. These are from Albion 1. CHX Small Chant Bowls Auto Filter. So they've got a little bit of movement in them as well, which makes it all fit nicely together. So that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you don't like and subscribe, just pretend you did because it builds character. And I will see you in the next one. I'll play it for you as an outro. Bye for now.